Hello everyone, back yet again with chapter 24 of my 0% LTC of Justice and Pride. Today's chapter, we finally get to have some fun. Oh, hallelujah. Uh, Jokes aside, we started off by finally using the Speedwing we have from forever back on Nestor. Uh, that goes into the strategy that I missed out on that route map a couple maps back. But we're gonna try to forget that map exists. So, today's map, we are going to get the Hermoran Staff. And it's a quite large map, so we have to do a lot of movement, and there was a lot of important things. And we start off by using that Rescue Staff immediately, as well as seeing that Penny from forever ago has come back. The reason for this is that I am using her C rank states in order to use Barrier on Richter. This is to increase his survivability very late into the map. And we also started off this map with a rigged crit, which is important because that Nosferatu mage is extremely annoying, extremely in our way, and just, we need him out. Gone. Yet again, we're also going to be using Theodora in order to move to kill off a lot of enemies. Another important part of this map is talking about the side objective that we need to get done. That being recruiting another unit. I forget her name, but she's Donovan's ex-wife and Phineas's mom. She's a horrible person, but that's not too important. What is important is that because of her, we are going to have to get Phineas across the map, which is slightly annoying, but not as annoying as it could be. Here it's important that Theodora has the Hoplin card just to guarantee she's not crit on this enemy phase. She also needs the speed rings, and we're giving her Fimble Vettel in order to give her an increased attack stat because there's several enemies that she needs to at least try to kill on enemy phase. We're also going to be filling Richter's inventory with a lot of junk, as well as a light rune that we actually want to use, because we're going to need to convoy warp an item from a village later. We also heal up Theodora, as she needs all the health she can get. In case you don't know, the village that we need to try to get with Richter, that we have to move him so far for, is the Hermoran village in the west. It's very important we get Hermoran for pretty obvious reasons. It's 3 uses, and warp is, as we've said before, extremely useful for a lot of reasons. So it's very important, Hermoran, as obviously, if we can use warp more, we can do a lot of more, we can save a lot more turns. Usually, that bishop will have rolled down enough resistance that he's actually able to be killed, and that other bishop can come down and we can kill him on this player phase. But in this case, that bishop did not die, so we have to awkwardly do this instead. Awkwardly block him off from other people. We're also having Luigi silence that sorcerer you can see near the top, because he has a Lunatome, and Phineas is going to take several attacks, and we don't want him to possibly die. It's important that Richter gets both the Speed Relic and the Hopland Guard on this enemy phase, on this player phase, as well as uses the Light Rune on this location, because that blocks off several enemies from attacking him and gives him a good survival chance. This support isn't completely necessary, but increases the reliability slightly on the boss kill, just by a very small amount, which we'll see later. And obviously, it has its uses at times. I'll go ahead and start talking about Richter's enemy phase on this map, since that's what we're going to be mostly focused on during the player phase. During the enemy phase time. The reason he's at his location, instead of being in a safer location where he can still visit the village, is because he needs to make the boss equip the Purge Tome. The Purge Tome is extremely heavy and will weigh down the boss, which is very important because the boss is extremely fast. In fact, the boss can roll up speed and cap out at 25 because of just how fast she is. So it's very important that we lure her to use Purge instead of trying to take her on when she's not weighed down. I didn't talk about it, but a lot of the units in the south are just being meat shields to block off these enemies that try to come up behind you. And I should talk about what exactly Richter needs in order to survive. He needs to dodge at least one of these 3 hits, preferably the 2 hits that have the lowest chance to hit him, that Swordmaster and the Halberdier that will attack soon, as this Purge has a pretty good chance to hit him, which is why we had the Burial Staff, because otherwise, even if he dodged, say, the Swordmaster, he could still die to that Halberdier. We're on the final turn now, and Richter is going to trade over some random stuff, while also getting rid of anything that can actually be useful on the east side, so that he can supply warp the Hamoran staff from this village. Here we see another reason Carmen is here in addition to just healing with physics, and that's the Hamoran, the warp staff for us. Now, Adorn, due to her location, has to be moved farther up anyway, which also helps with Charisma, boosting the hit rates against these enemies that we have to kill, considering the fact that they're in the way to talk to the recruitable unit with Finnies. Here we get a Junafruit, or I'm not 100% sure how you pronounce it, but basically the idea of the item is that it lowers your level. It's useful if you're into grinding, but like if you're into grinding, I don't have a high opinion of you. So we also get a crit there, and then recruit Hestia. Hestia is a really good sniper. She's got very great bases, but obviously has the drawback of only being able to attack on player phase, and obviously hitting defense in a hack where a lot of enemies have pretty high defenses. Either way, we warp in Theodora, and we get Amarok from the supply so that we can do effective damage against the boss. and with Charisma and the support boost, we have a very reliable 80% chance to hit and easily kill the boss. And with that boss kill out of the way, that is Chapter 24 in 3 Torrents. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.